case studies gonna give you an entire picture about how to solve problems, right? People should actually rectify their mistakes and they are supposed to keep on going. That is what coaching is all about. He knows the importance, the limitations, the advantage, the disadvantage, everything about each and every department now. So here you will also learn how to crack coding and how to go with the decoding also. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here. Now we are in the next session of training. Now I told you about what exactly training is. Now in training you will be getting something called more knowledge. Like you already have acquired knowledge, but in training what happens is it is a added on knowledge, skills, and how to recognize yourself and how to actually get more effective work by yourself. All those things you will actually understand when you go for a proper training. So here I have brought to you that is this session we're going to learn something about the methods of training, the types of training which we are supposed to know. There are two methods which is broadly divided, that is on the job training and off the job training. When we understand on the job training and off the job training, I'll tell you what exactly it is. While you're working and you're getting trained by somebody, we call it as on the job training. And off the job training means if you're not working and you will actually be placed somewhere else and a tutor will come, a lecturer will come, he will tell you how to go for all those things. That is, you're not working and you are somewhere else and then getting trained under somebody. That is called as off the job training. So there are two differences, on the job training and off the job training. Very simple to learn. When you are working and somebody is training you, that is called on the job training. And when you're not working, you are somewhere else, you are acquiring knowledge to do those jobs, that is called off the job training. Now I have given you differences about the on the job list and the off the job list. Now, when we understand the types of training or the methodology of training here, now on the job training, you have four which I have given you. That is called apprenticeship, programs, coaching, internship, and job rotation. This happens when you are working and there are people who are going to give you training. And when it comes to the next one, that is the off the job training, that is here you have classroom lecturers or conferences. Now, films. Now, how can film train you? The films can actually inspire you. You can actually learn what to do and what not to do. That is how it is. Then case study. Now, I'll be explaining you more about the case study here today because case study is going to give you an entire picture about how to solve problems, right? Case studies give you an interest so that you can actually go deep into it and then understand what really happened, why it happened, and how we are supposed to come out of it with minimum kind of things, right? So that is what the case study will actually tell you. Then we have computer modeling, vestibule training. Though vestibule training is very costly here, but I'll tell you, there are many people who goes with vestibule training. Few who cannot afford for vestibule training, they go for computer modeling because it is very easy for you to actually understand. But vestibule training is a certain kind of a training where you will actually deal with the replica of those model. And last one is the programmed instructions. Now these are the off the job training. So we'll go one by one. That is, the first one is on the job training and the next is the off the job training. So firstly, on the job training, what exactly it is? That is the apprenticeship. Now apprenticeship programs put the trainee under the guidance of a master worker. That is, the trainee will be there. Now when the trainee is a trainee, he will be under the supervision of a person who is the master, and the master will actually tell him what he should do and what he shouldn't do. These are designed to acquire a higher level of skills. Now here what happens is, usually it is given to the middle level management where people should have some certain specific knowledge and specific skills to get the work done. So the trainee will actually get a trainer, and trainer will tell him what to do and what not to do, and how the things can be done effectively and efficiently. That is called apprenticeship training. Next we have is coaching. Now you already know what exactly a coaching is. Now there will be a coach, and that person will actually tell the entire team, that can be individual or a group, or it can be like more people involving it. So we have coaching. In this method, the superior guides and instructs the trainee has a coach. The coach or counselor, I'll tell you, the coach or the counselor sets mutually agreed upon goals, suggests how to achieve. He will suggest how to achieve these goals, periodically reviews the trainees program, and suggests changes required in behavior and performance. So this is what the coaching will happen. So apprenticeship, there is one person who is the master. Here the superior or the counselor will be acting as a coach, where they're gonna tell that what they are supposed to do, and the coach will get to know the strength and the weakness. So periodically they will be evaluating, weekly or monthly, and people should actually rectify their mistakes, and they are supposed to keep on going. That is what coaching is all about. Next one we have is internship training. Please understand, when you go for internship, what really happens? Now, all the internship are not the same. So it depends on the person who is giving the internship. It is the joint program of training in which educational institutions and business firm cooperates. That is, here you need to understand, the person is getting educated plus again he is earning. So it is the combination of learn to earn, right? Learn to earn. So this is the concept, learn to earn. Selected candidates carry on regular studies for the prescribed period. Like whoever are selected, now they'll be carrying this internship program, and that will be on a prescribed period. They also work. Understand? You're learning plus you're working. So they also work in some factory or office to acquire practical knowledge and skill. That means what? Selected candidate carries on regular studies, so they'll be regularly studying plus they'll be working. So both the things happen. That is why it is called learn to earn, or it is earn to learn. Both the way you can actually go with it, or it is like earn to learn. So these are the concepts which happens in the internship. Say for a chartered accountant, internship is a must. For a company secretary, internship is a must. They are learning while earning. So practical knowledge also they'll get, theoretical knowledge also they'll get. Job rotation. Now this is the last one, job rotation. Here please do understand what exactly a job rotation is. In a simple format, if I need to give you, each and every department, they always tell that it's not their mistake, it's the other department mistake. Say example, here we have in a business, we have HR, we have marketing, we have finance, and we have production. So what job rotation is, if a person has been hired for HR, now what happens is, after 3 months he should join the department of marketing. After 3 months he should join for the department of FM, and after that he should go for P. Now here what happens is, this is the real thing of job rotation. Now when the entire cycle is done, now he'll get to know that what is the boon of that department, what is the bane of that department. Now he'll not go for any of the cribbing acts, where he will never go with saying that okay, this department was not good or this department, because he have served in each and every department. He knows the importance, the limitations, the advantage, the disadvantage, everything about each and every department. Now this cannot be done in a very big company. It can only happen in a small company, where mutually people are responsible for their own act. Now this kind of training involves shifting the trainee from one department to another, or from one job to another. Like HR he came, now he went for FM, then the marketing, then the production, something like that. This is called job rotation. This enables the trainee to gain a broader understanding of all parts of the business and how the organization as a whole function. So this is the reason we go for job rotation. So I have explained you about the on-the-job training. So the next one is off-the-job training. Now here you need to understand, on the job we have the trainees with us, and the trainees are working and they are getting supervisors, coaches, the master of workers, all those people, and they are getting the supervision done in the job itself. Now there is something called off the job. That means they are not working, they are somewhere else and learning for those job to be done. So that is called off the job training. Now first one here is classroom, lecture or conferences. That means they are not in the workplace, they are in the classroom. Now the lecture or conference approach is well adapted to conveying specific information, rules, procedure or methods. The use of audio, visual or demonstration can often make a formal classroom presentations more interesting while increasing retention and offering a vehicle for clarifying more difficult points. Say example, we go with this off the job training. Here is, you didn't get the proper requirement of how to get those work done. Now theoretically you are supposed to sit in a classroom where a lecturer will come, he will be explaining you how you are supposed to do all these things. Now you have a lot of time where you can ask the person in number of doubts so that you can actually clarify all your doubts, and when you go for the job you don't have any other kind of doubts at all, because in the classroom you have learned everything and you have taken that guidance from a lecturer or a person who comes for a conference. So here what happens is, it's like two-way traffic where a lecturer gonna give his lecture and the person that is a trainee will actually listen to it, understand it. Any doubts he has, he'll actually ask the lecturer and he can get his clarifications done there itself. And next one after the classroom lecturer we have is films. Now they can provide information and explicit demonstrated skills that are not easily represented by the other techniques. Used in conjunction with conference discussion, it is very effective method in certain cases. Now off the job training, say example I'll tell you here. Any kind of films which can motivate a person to get the work done efficiently and effectively, those are the movies which you people need to watch. Say example, there are movies like Pursuit of Happiness. Now this Pursuit of Happiness being a movie where Will Smith has performed incredibly well, and the way he has carried the movie from the first to the last, now people will feel that okay, I should get inspiration after watching it, right? The same way here I'll tell you, even I got inspired by that film, and whenever I do any work I always feel that I should give my 100%, whether it is say any work it is, I should make sure that from my end everything I have put on to that particular work, and that is how I always go with. So there are n number of movies which can actually motivate a person and get the things done efficiently. That is the reason film is also part of the job training. Case studies. Now I told you that we're gonna stick on to these case studies. Say example I'll tell you. There is this plant called Manesar plant which is in India, where Maruti Suzuki cars were being manufactured. HR manager was burnt alive. Now seeing that, listening to it, understanding the case, now being a HR students, now we can actually take moral from that. That is, we can actually take experience from that. We can take the situation from that. Now how can anybody get experience by themselves and then tell somebody, right? That is the reason we actually need to get the experience from somebody else, right? So HR manager was being burnt alive. Now you need to understand, and you're not supposed to deal the mob the way he dealt with, right? So these are the things which you are supposed to understand, and it is being learned from the case studies, because we can't experience each and every aspect. So taken from actual experience of organization, cases represent attempts to describe as accurately as possible real problems that managers have faced. Trainees study the cases to determine problems, analyze causes, develop alternative solution, select what they believe to be the best solution and implement it. That is what the case studies actually goes with. Computer modeling, it stimulates the work environment by programming a computer to imitate some of the realities of the job and allows learning to take place without the risk or high cost that would be incurred if a mistake were made in real life situation. That's the reason we go with computer modeling. See, computer modeling and vestibule, when you compare it, computer modeling gives you a virtual image, where vestibule training, it gives you a real image. The next one is vestibule training, which I was talking about while I was explaining you about the computer modeling. Now, employees learn their job on equipment they will be using, but the training is conducted away from the actual work floor. That is the reason it is called off-the-job training. Actual work environments are created in a classroom and employees use the same material, files and equipments. This is usually done when employees are required to handle sophisticated machineries and equipment. That is, a replica of that will be given to you. You are supposed to work on it. But here the disadvantages, it is too costly, because once any of the trainee will mishandle those equipment, if it is not working, now what happens is, again it will actually go for the costing and you are supposed to bear for those costs. And the last one is program instruction. Now this method incorporates a pre-arranged and proposed acquisition of some specific skills or general knowledge. Information is broken into meaningful units and these units are arranged in a proper way to form a logical and a sequential learning package from simple to complex. The trainee goes through these units by answering questions or filling the blanks. So here the simple concept will be actually made into complex, that is bit and pieces with a meaningful thing, and then you are supposed to program each and everything. So here you will also learn how to crack coding and how to go with the decoding also. So programming will actually enhance more of techies, where the techies need to actually go for the off-the-job training. That is how the on-the-job and the off-the-job things really work. Any doubt regarding these two, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.